I'm Shaun Frank, and I'm a DJ, producer, and vocalist from Toronto, Canada. I grew up in North Vancouver, and I moved here to produce music about 5 years ago. Well, I was like a punk rocker, so like when I was 14 I was a drummer. I played drums in a punk band. And then I wanted to be out front, so I started singing. I wasn't really a singer, like I wasn't born with like a natural voice, but I worked really hard at it, and I was the singer of 2 bands. I was always on the road and in airplanes and buses, and I was always like playing around in Ableton, making music and producing music. And in between tours, I got asked to sing on this dance track. I didn't think much of it, but the track ended up going like #1 in Spain, and so I went and toured over there with her. When I came home, I realized like I had like a huge passion for it, and decided that rather than just like sing, I wanted to start putting out my own productions. And so we just put out my first original production called Vagabond on Dimac Records. So yeah, it's pretty exciting. Well, I've always been like a songwriter, like some people might not know this, but like even with some of the electronic music I make, like I sit with a guitar and write it, or I sit with a piano and write it. So like I've always been like a huge U2 and Coldplay fan. Like that's, melodically, that's kind of where I came from. I still think that the smartest decision that a parent can make is to put their kid in piano lessons. Piano lessons was the literal launching pad to anything musical I did after that. And I was in piano from like 5 or 6 years old. That's much more important than like jumping on the computer right away. Because if you have an understanding of the theory behind music and your ear is trained, this whole thing of production, it's not really as much about technical, like how to do something, but it's like hearing that something is wrong and then being able to make it right. And that comes from having great ears. And I think you get great ears from having a musical background. I like doing like late night sessions by myself, like from like midnight till 4 a.m. I'll just sit alone and just like hone in. But if I'm doing vocals, like I have other people that sit and record me while I'm working. I don't like doing the whole process alone. I find sometimes if I do the whole process alone, I'll like get inside my head too much on the track. It's like if you're ever stuck in an idea or something where you're like, I think this is good, but I don't know, you just call someone, hey, can you come hear this for a sec? They come in. It kind of helps the process a lot. There's nothing more gratifying than finishing a track and sitting in your studio alone and just blasting it on your monitors. But then there's also nothing more gratifying than like playing that song live and having the crowd sing along. I was like, this is gonna be easy, because I'm a musician and I play guitar and piano and I have like classical training and I'm a singer. But the more I realize, one, it's not easy at all to produce these tracks. It's way harder than I ever thought it would be. It made me realize that like, yeah, that stigma of like that these electronic producers aren't musicians, it's like totally false. Most of the guys that are succeeding and most of the guys that are good have really, really intense musical backgrounds. The DJing part is more of like I don't know, it's recreational for me, man. Like you just go and have a good time, and it's kind of like the gift at the end of the week after you've worked hard making music all week, I mean, since I got in it, I've made so many friends and they've been so helpful. There's so many people in Toronto helping each other. There's a really good community here of really good producers, and we all tend to work together, I mean, I'm part of a forum actually on Facebook. It's called the Toronto Producers Group, and I jump on there once in a while and like, talk about community. There's a huge community there, and everyone's helping each other. So there's a lot of kids that are getting really good really fast. Like, I think we have some of the best fans in the world for this kind of music, and it's a pleasure to live here and be able to do it here. I'm definitely into food. Gusto? You know Gusto? Yeah. I used to eat there. I think it's amazing. Really into Italian food. Anything seafood, I'm totally down with. Yeah, so I've been a partner with Heineken for about a year now, or a little less than a year, and so far it's been amazing. And we've done some awesome events. There's been the Heineken Green Room shows, which have been really, really fun, but also there was this Heineken Cube truck where Heineken took a cube truck, made it all like plexiglass, and we set up outside, and I played sets in the streets to all the people like outside. And I thought that was like a super unique and fresh idea, and it was really fun. We had like street parties. A lot of the Heineken Green Room events that I've played or been to have always been just super fun, and I look forward to doing like tons more with the Heineken brand because so far it's been amazing. On my hard drive right now, there's so many tracks that I can't wait to get out. I'm just really excited to just get them all out and really get touring. I love Toronto. It's like, I don't know, I travel a lot for music obviously, and I think it's like one of the greatest cities in the world. So I'm happy to be here.